The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff and management of WWDB-TV.
Where my girls got the sweetest pussy.
Welcome to SinCityBounty. Hey, it is Test Tube Tuesday. We have got a fabulous mass that we're going to be doing today, but we can't talk about it yet because the jokes will just steamroll over you when we mention it. Toxi's not here yet. She is making arrangements for someone to go to Chappaquiddick, probably. I learned that from Michelle Wolfe's speech last night. No, I knew that from before. But we got a few things to discuss tonight. Main thing is going to be a lot of comedy that happened over the weekend, which I thought was hilarious, although a lot of other people didn't. But it's been a couple of weeks since you've seen our beautiful Sierra. So let's do a quick catch-up.
I have somehow injured my back neck, something or other. No two doctors can seem to agree on what exactly it is. I've been to 3 doctors and a chiropractor and a physical therapist, and they all have different ideas about what it is. Dr. Google tells me it's a rhomboid muscle tear. Everyone else wants to pick, I don't know, anything. Spin the wheel of diagnoses. Cancer, autoimmune disorder, diabetic neuropathy. We don't know, it's probably just pain. Literally, it's probably just pain. No, it's not just pain. I have been in, and I'm going to be real candid. I'm not even going to be jokey about this. I'm going to be real candid with you guys. I have been in so much pain that I very, very seriously considered, if that's the amount of pain I'm going to be in for the rest of my life, the rest of my life will be quite short. Because I cannot handle the amount of pain that I was in constantly. Not like I would take a pain pill and get relief, because I can't take pain pills. I have unpredictable reactions to the harder stuff like the opiums and the codeines. So I can't take those unless I want to wake up with a blinding migraine. The steroids weren't touching it. The NSAIDs weren't touching it. I switched over to a CBD oil, and that has helped quite a bit. It has not completely eliminated my pain, but it has made it in the last week? It's been a week and a half. Tolerable.
Is that short-term relief, or you put it on, and if you don't put it on the next day, it still feels okay?
Take it.
Oh, you take it.
I went to a pot store, and I bought orally ingested CBD oil. Well, so sublingually absorbed CBD oil.
So you take it, you take a pill? Is it a pill?
No, it's an oil.
You just drip it into your mouth?
Yeah. It's gross. Yeah, under my tongue. Just put it under my tongue.
And you have to do that once a day, twice a day?
Whenever I feel like it. So I usually take it a little bit in the morning, a little bit in the afternoon, and sometimes in the evening. The only relief I have found is in reclining or laying down, and sometimes that is just a lessening and not full pain-free relief. I have not been pain-free in 2 months. Not at all. A good day is a day when I don't feel like slitting my wrists at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's a good day.
And you've been having a few good days because of the CBD oil that you've been taking.
Oil, yes. Now, it's still very stiff. I still can't hold my head to the left or the right for long periods of time. I can turn it, which is way better than I was when we first started this whole fucking thing, but I can't turn it and hold it. This, after about a minute, is too much.
Did you do a test first to make sure you were okay with the CBD oil, ingesting it, like they do at allergy test or whatever?
Yeah, I put a little on. Well, I've had CBD oil on my skin before, Our fabulous producer, Johnny Fever, gave me some CBD oil cream, which sometimes helps, but quite honestly, none of the topical creams I've tried has been, like, really good. Sorry, Johnny, I pushed my microphone away. I realized that.
This is her anecdotal evidence. It's working for her. That's awesome.
I put a little big asterisk next to it. It does not take away my pain. It makes the pain manageable. It reduces the amount of pain I have, but it does not make me pain-free. Right now, all I need is to get through the fucking day without contemplating eating the business end of a weapon. Because I have, quite honestly, contemplated that. Because there was 2 weeks where you didn't see me on the show, where all I did was go to work, and by the time I got home, the pain was so bad I was nauseous. I couldn't cook dinner. I couldn't stand up long enough to cook dinner. I have cooked dinner 3 times in the last couple of months. I have relied on my roommate and my son, which meant we've eaten a lot of pasta and tacos. And one really good friend of mine made dinner for us, which was amazing. And I had a home-cooked meal in the middle of some of the most terrible pain days I had. What I have learned is that I talk about the people I go to the bar with on Friday night. I've talked about them a couple of times. I've really only known them 6 or 7 months now. That's about it. And I had not realized how close I had become with them until all of this, when they have all been far more concerned for me than some people I have known for years and years and years. And I'm going to get a little emotional. That's really meant a lot to me. To hear from them, just, random. How are you doing today? Are you doing okay? Is everything all right? And it's like, I've got people in my life that I've known 10, 15, 20 years that
Hasn't said a word.
Hasn't said a fucking word to me. I've got family who hasn't even fucking checked in on me, I've got people I thought that I was really, really close to who have not sent me a single text message or called me once and said, how are you doing today? I've had people I barely know help me out in ways that I could never be appreciative enough for. To everyone out there who deals with chronic pain on a daily basis, and not like, I had chronic pain before. I have arthritis in my left knee. I'm going to no longer call that chronic pain. That was chronic achiness. This is chronic pain. This is the kind of shit that I know people who go through this every single day and will go through this for the rest of their lives, and they are still happy people, and they are still positive, uplifting people. This has reversed 5 years of anger management work. I am, deep down inside, no matter what you may think of me, I am an angry, violent person, and I have worked very hard for many years to get that under control. 2 months of this shit, I'll stab you right now if you try to take my fucking French fry.
Or tater tot, as it were.
Or tater tot, as it were. It's been bad. Today, I'm having what I call a good day, which means it's painful, but I don't want to cut myself, so we're all right.
Sorry, Facebook. Didn't mean to adjust you there.
Yes, she did.
So
So anyway,
want to see more of us than of the table.
so that's what's been going on with me. There's really no fancy, funny way to put it other than, I've just been, I have been on my back and unfucked for months now. That's the funniest
And not even
I can
able
do.
to masturbate, right?
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Okay. Well, that's
I
good.
mean, I've only been able to do
What
that
else are you
like in
gonna
the
do on
last
your back?
couple of
As long as
days.
you've been able to masturbate a little bit, at least.
I mean, I haven't been able to get wild and crazy with it. Like, I haven't been able to put my rubber dick inside my little bouncy thing that I can bounce up and down on. Like, I haven't been able to do any of that shit.
I totally want to see that happen.
It's not pretty.
CJ says hello. William says, Sierra, I know how you feel. I have not been pain-free in 20 years, and there are days when I have thought about, I'm not going to say that part. The trick is to focus on the positive parts of your life. For me, it is my
Nephews.
If not for them, I would have ended it a long time ago, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel you.
I know that William suffers from rheumatoid arthritis. He has ever since I've known him, which is, oh my God, 20 something.
I have
more
known
than
him,
20 years.
I have known him for 20 years, and he has been a crooked little pervert the whole time.
Yep. Crooked little pervert. I love
you.
I love that description.
Crooked little pervert.
I'm writing that down. Crooked little pervert.
You know, he's the one that got me into cosplaying as a Klingon.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He made me my very first Klingon cosplay.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Have I
Because
ever
he wanted
seen
to
you
see
in
my
that?
boobs. Well,
I have seen you in that because I remember your boobs in that.
You have seen me in that. By the way, William, all of the beautiful stuff that you got me got lost in the divorce, so unfortunately I don't have it anymore. Plus, I'm also like 150 pounds heavier now, so it wouldn't fit anyway.
Hi, Toxi.
Hey,
How you doing?
good. How about you guys?
Fabulous.
Is there a table?
Yeah.
My mom is calling me. I'm gonna take it.
He's so mad at me right now.
Hi, Mom. Mom. What about him?
You know, I never show mine.
Not off the
We're
top of my
talking
head, but can I call you later tonight because I'm actually right now doing my
So,
radio show.
My
Hi,
mom.
Petra, the sex expert.
So say it again.
Hi, Petra, the sex expert.
Oh.
That sounds
Do you know Nevada Power's phone number off the top of your head? The power at her work went out.
555-1212.
555. No, that's not it. That's
I
information.
might have made that up.
That's international. That's international.
I know it's
But
50.
it sounded good.
5500 455 5500, I think.
Let me get to the Googles. Hold on.
Mom, literally on the radio show, we're looking for the number for Nevada Power. How long has
Okay,
your power
other
been
people
out?
might need Nevada Power.
Nevada Power.
No, we got it. She doesn't
We'll
have to
get
call
it.
back. We're getting it.
We're getting it.
So no.
One of
you
us.
can stay on the line because they're getting it for you right now.
How would they close
Okay.
at 5?
No,
But
they have a
there's an emergency
24-hour
line.
number. This
Yours,
is
mine's too slow.
one of the only phone calls I will ever answer is from my mom, or if Sierra calls me. If Toxi ever calls me, I probably answer
All right, you
that
ready?
too. Yes.
702
702
402
402
2900.
2900
That's for outages and emergencies.
402 2900.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, you're welcome, Mom.
Bye-bye, Mama.
She's
Bye.
hold on, Mama, hold on. Let me put you on speaker, okay? Okay, go ahead and say it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
The radio show. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
And that is my mother.
Welcome to Sin City Bounty.
You want me to call my mother? She'll say, why the fuck are you calling me?
Neshoba, I'm so sorry. Thank you for the phone number, but I was on my phone with my mother when you texted or typed that in, so.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, it's a totally different number.
No, but that's their regular customer service number. The number I gave is the outages
That's
and
the one they
emergencies.
won't answer.
Yeah, I gave you the outages and emergencies number.
Which is kind of cool because I love calling whenever I have a power outage. I'm always afraid that they've turned my power off because I didn't pay the bill.
First two.
But they will tell you because due to your phone number, they don't even have to answer the phone. It's there is an outage in your area and it should be back on by 3 p.m. or whatever.
I get it on an app. So the first thing I do, I used to call, but the first thing I do is check the app now, the NV Energy app, to see if there's an outage. I have to do it all the time with my internet because there is always an outage with my internet. So it's crazy.
All right, so let's get started on the face masks because we know that takes forever. Where'd the mirror go?
Oh, I'll get it. Keep it talking.
I'll start. So, what we are trying today is the Freeman Feeling Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Feeling Beautiful Renewing Cucumber Peel Off Gel Mask. The directions say apply an even layer to clean, dry face. Well, this is as clean and dry as it's going to get. Avoiding eye area, eyebrows, hairline, and lips. Leave on 10 to 15 minutes or until dry. Gently peel off mask from outer edges. Rinse with warm water. Use twice a week or as often as needed. So,
Super simple. No special Korean characters or...
no, because this is an American product, I think. America. Well, it's at least English. The instructions, hold on, put my fucking glasses back on. The instructions come in Spanish, French, and apparently German. So,
Einstein fucking schwer.
Ein
Means put on your face.
werkelend vorstellend Masker dat op en zacht wijzig. I don't know. I'm probably butchering it. All right, you guys, talk amongst yourselves. Do Michelle Wolfe next because that's awesome.
You don't want to talk. You don't want to be added into that conversation.
I'll add my 2 cents as needed.
Okay. So, is there anything you want to talk about first?
I have a few things.
I only have 2, so go.
All right, so the first thing, did you guys see the video I sent you?
Aha.
Yes. Yes.
So apparently there is an air sex championship. It is something I never in my life knew was a thing. And I saw a video, and it's somebody, like, you have to see this video. And
Ooh, got it in my
it's
hair.
people that go and participate in this, and they do, it's, you know, a little bit a cross between, let's see, air guitar and masturbation. There you go. So it's billed as a cross between sports, art and comedy, and the participants take the stage and perform their best sex moves on absolutely no one. Please Google this. Please, I know what I'm going to be doing tonight, and I didn't have too much time to watch multiple videos. But I found the link
Actually,
to send
why don't you give
guys.
us just like a miniature demonstration of what is on this video?
No, because we're on
Here's what
Facebook.
here's what I'm going to do. No, this is an easy one. On the one video I watched, there was a guy, and here's what he did. He stood there, right? And he had like an air woman there, and he goes like this. And then just started going to town. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, he was like, I don't know, milking a cow, like, from its
He
butt.
was giving her the shocker, only with one
But
less than the pink.
it wasn't even like, I don't know. Anyway, so when I saw that one, I'm like, no. But
My towel's sticky.
some of
Just
the
like
others were really into it. I mean, there were girls, you know, giving fake blowjobs, fake orgasming. The blowjobs, there were some true winners. There were some that really played it. And there were some that it's probably what it looks like if we were to pretend to do it now in midair. I mean, I guess some maybe practice.
Well, I mean, super simple would be...
Yeah, that's it. Oh, there was a lot of tickling. And
Yes!
All of them were like,
All of them ball juggling?
Right,
No,
yeah,
this
yeah,
is,
yeah.
ladies, this is how you do a good proper blowjob. So you get your hand and mouth in sync. So it's up and down together, maybe a little bit of out of sync, and then... That's how you do it.
so,
Yeah?
I mean, that
And
works.
that was muscle memory,
That
right? You
works.
knew exactly where to stick your
Right
finger.
where. I feel
Just
like there
don't
needs
sniff it
to,
afterwards. Be like,
I feel like there needs to be a little more spit there, though. I mean, unless someone's ass is a pro, you lug that finger up, dudes. Like,
Isn't there natural lube in the app? I'm not saying a lot. Seriously, there's always time for lube. Always use lube if you're doing anything anal. But isn't there like a little bit of natural
that's
lube?
called shit.
it's called poop.
If you want to lube with shit, that's what you do. For the rest of us,
There are no glands in there that secrete some
they
kind of
secrete
moisture.
shit.
If your butthole is secreting anything other than poop, you need to see a doctor.
Poop comes through the whole intestinal system. It isn't secreted. except by your butthole.
Yeah,
What I just said. If your butthole is secreting anything other than poop, you need to go see a doctor. The only thing that should come out of your butt is the finger that went in or the poop that's already there. That's it.
Yeah, I don't think there's like glands in the ass. I mean, I may have skipped sex ed. I may have.
I know cats do because the vet always has to.
Right, they have to express their anal glands. But have you ever had a doctor ask to express your anal
No,
glands?
never.
Then I'm pretty sure we
Humans
don't.
do not have anal glands.
Tonight, if you can go home and try to express your anal glands. Have you ever, in your life, scooted your ass on the carpet and slid across?
Anal gland.
That's what animals do. I've never had to do that. I'm pretty sure I don't have.
I know how to express anal glands.
On animals or humans?
The other sides have
Whoever's
joined
paying.
us in chat. The other sides, you might like this show, or it was a show on the old station that it was at. They do ghost hunting.
Ah, gotcha.
And Sierra, nothing kills pain like a great orgasm. Richard says, hi, Toxi, because you're the face of this show. CJ says, that's what I always thought when my power went out, too. Yes. And then back to anal expression and poop. It does stop at the large intestines.
It does not. I will tell you from experience that your colon and sphincter can maintain a small amount of poop left inside of it. And if you are going to go in there unprepared, please be aware that you are going to get poop on whatever it is you put inside of there. If you do not want poop on your finger or your dick, you need to work on some anal douching.
So,
Enemas. They're called enemas.
So, to answer the question, should you lube your finger a little more than the example you gave? The answer is yes. Unless you plan for the shit to lube it for you.
Just buy some lube. Seriously.
We ran off Johnny Fever.
We did.
He's gone. I believe
gone.
he's vomiting
He
or
is
he is
done.
checking to see if his anal
If he can
excretions-
express his anal
he can
gland.
express his anal glands.
He's out there rubbing his ass on the
gone.
carpet right now.
He's
out in
gone.
the green room.
So the whole thing that got this, going was the Air Sex Championships. So seriously, people, Google it. It is like my new favorite thing.
How long has it been around? And is
I
it at
think-
like one bar in the middle of Cincinnati or something?
It's all over. It's all
It's
over
nationwide.
The US. The show tours the U.S. every year, taking in festivals, events, encouraging people of all ages, races, body types, and identification to take part. There are judges who judge you in a Simon Cowell type.
Did you look to see if they
Judging
were coming
area.
to Vegas?
I did not look, but we definitely need to. Really quick.
Because I'm gonna win that shit. Just so you know, I can fuck the fuck out of
You
no one.
watch this first, and then you see.
Oh, I can do it.
I mean, because I'm like, I thought I have a few moves. Like, I know what to do. I know how
So
to get
you could
results,
totally
but-
be educated by this tour
Yeah.
and video.
And I would also want to sit there when people get off stage. I'd be like, slow it down, buddy. Are you single? I know why. Slow it down. This dude, I don't know. He was... Slow it down.
Is performance part of is your performance, like in air guitar, performance is the whole deal. So it's just how if you can be all wonky and crazy and do some yoga positions and shit.
Yeah, so here's the things.
Oh, and noises, yeah, I'll bet that would
that was
sell
my
it
clit
too.
sucking move. Just so
Hi,
you know.
he's I
He's
think he
out
went to
there
Russia.
somewhere. Yeah.
He's
thanks.
expressing his anal
on
glands.
the air.
Expressing his anal glands. First rule is that the climax must be simulated. Competitors may bump, grind, and hump every which way, just as long as they don't ejaculate on stage. It's basic health and safety, so you can't get off.
I can get off without.
The second rule, as one might expect from an air sex competition, is that the objects of the competitor's lust must be invisible. It would be a very different show otherwise. Hey, how did the anal expression go?
How did
Your
the anal
anal?
expression go?
Pretty well.
I thought you doing research for the show.
We don't have an on-air light out there or anything like
I was
that.
talking to my proctologist.
Ah.
I wanted to find out if
Just a few memorable moments. One was when a mother and son competed in the same show.
Oh, no!
The mother ended up winning. In Orlando.
Oh, they didn't perform together.
No. You can't. You have to have an air partner. You have to literally hump an air partner. In Orlando, a cab driver accidentally walked on stage during the show, so they let him perform, and he ended up winning.
That's awesome.
So I plan to accidentally walk into one and be like, oh, what is this? And
After
that's
you've
it.
prepared for months.
Yeah, after I've prepared like my
Look at how
entire
goofy
life.
it is. I love it. It looks like
I'll be like, I've prepared my entire life for this.
horror movie slime.
It does. It's very thick.
Yes.
Like super thick. It smells good though.
It does smell good. I can feel it getting tight on my face.
That's what she said.
You know, it does look like, as much as we like to talk about how white and creamy cum is, honestly, once it's on your body, it's not that white and creamy. It's kind of opaque. It kind of reminds me of clearish cum.
Yeah. That is totally what it's like. And then as it's rolling up on your lips.
I had to roll it up because I accidentally got it on my lips. So.
Yeah, but as it's rolling up, it's like then you gave a blowjob afterward.
And I got a cum mustache.
Yeah, that's it. It comes down.
Okay, I'm done. Can I have one of the bowls?
Yeah.
Oh, you can just wipe it off. It wipes off pretty easy. You have a towel over there.
Yeah, I do.
So, you and your
And that is my
mustache.
neighbor calling me.
This bitch.
Do people not know you got a show?
They don't know. I don't talk about it a lot. Because they always want to ask what the show is about, and then I have to tell them about anal expression.
By the way,
We have to
guys.
talk about
sorry.
the fact that no matter what you stick inside a booty, it's going to get poop on it unless you properly prepare.
Did you guys see the sign I sent you? We have an on-air sign now.
I saw that. Yeah, that's really cool. Now I have to return all the shit that I bought to make our own. Not really. I'm just going to use it to make something else.
Yeah. So now we have one.
That's
It's already
cool.
made.
All right, what else you got? Or, well, it's our turn now. You have all my notes over there. So let's talk about the correspondence dinner with Michelle Wolfe and her badass motherfuckery comedy.
Hell yeah.
That was 100% truth.
All of it. So she was brutal. I will say she was brutal. But she was brutal across the board.
She was.
No one
She was
escaped
brutal
her
to
wrath.
everyone.
The liberal media, the conservative media, the in-between
Yep,
media,
yep.
the not really media,
Print media.
congressman, the president. I mean, she really banged on the well, not banged, but she really bagged on the president. I like some of her. You basically wrote her whole speech down here.
Almost. I took out the ones that I loved. There were a few in there that you liked that I did that are not there. So, but you'll be reminded when.
Yeah. So, Michelle Wolfe, if you don't know her, is me, except prettier, younger, and popular. Famous. She's a famous comedian, I guess.
Who has a show coming out on Netflix? by
Yes,
the way.
called The Break. She was writing for The Daily Show. And before that, she's written for Seth Meyers, I think, and a couple other people. So
She pulls no fucking punches. And in her correspondence dinner, she pulled no punches yet again. So we're going to run through Alexia's list of the ones that she really liked. And of course, you got my favorite one down there at the bottom. So that's really the only one that matters. It's 2018 and I am a woman, so you cannot shut me up unless you have Michael Cohen wire me $130,000.
yeah, buddy, send me some money.
Now people are saying America is more divided than ever, but I think no matter what you support politically, we can all agree this is a great time for craft stores.
Michaels.
Because of all the protests, poster board has been flying off the shelves faster than Robert Mueller can say you've been subpoenaed. Pink yarn sales are through the roof. That's because of all the vagina hats
pussy
people
hats.
Pussy hats.
I think we're gonna.
So, it's not our Bujo supplies that are keeping Michaels and that fuckface business, Hobby Lobby, or any of those alive. It's
protest poster board. Trump isn't here. I would drag him here myself, but it turns out the President of the United States is the one pussy you're not allowed to grab.
Hey! Truth!
Truth.
100.
I think I'll skip the Nazi shit. He wants to give teachers guns, and I support that because they can sell them for things they need, like supplies.
Yes, one thing that doesn't devalue over time is guns.
True that. They actually go up in value.
Yes,
Some
they
of them.
do.
Democrats, you're somehow going to lose by 12 points to a guy named Jeff Pedophile Nazi Doctor.
What? He's a doctor?
Yeah. You guys have got to stop putting Kellyanne Conway on your shows. All she does is lie. If you don't give her a platform, she has nowhere to lie. That's not even a joke. She's just telling the fucking truth.
100. Is that how they say it? Is that how the kids say it today?
100.
100.
Do they say they just emoji it? I don't think it's
right.
actual words that,
No,
that
it's
are
an emoji.
used. It's an emoji.
Give me that
Ivanka.
spare paper on the back. I'll draw 100 on the back and just hold that shit up.
Ivanka, she was supposed to be an advocate for women, but it turns out she's about as helpful to a woman as an empty box of tampons.
Wait, but you have to go to Kellyanne Conway about the tree. Is that on there?
No, I don't think so.
Then the next one is if Kellyanne tells a lie in the woods.
Oh. Yes, I remember.
Is it still a lie? And
No,
if
read
so-
the one what they said first about don't let her on your show.
I did. I already read it.
Oh, they said
Stop listening to me again.
Sorry. I was drawing my 100. If Kellyanne falls in the woods, can we get her pinned under a tree?
And not killed, just stuck under a tree.
Stuck under a tree.
Not hurt.
Sanders, what's Uncle Tom but for white women who disappoint other white women? Oh, I know, Ann Coulter. CNN here. Welcome, guys. It's great to have you. You guys love breaking news, and you did it. You broke it. The most useful information on CNN is when Anthony Bourdain tells me where to eat noodles.
You missed the best one.
Which best?
The smoky eye?
The smoky eye, the one that everyone's talking about.
So this is the one where everyone is saying that poor... Anyone important? No. Where,
Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Where they're saying that poor Sarah Huckabee Sanders, liar, chief liar in just the chief liar, the chief's liar, that she's being shamed on. So this is about Sarah Huckabee Sanders. She's very resourceful. She burns facts, and then she uses the ash to create a perfect smoky eye. Like maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's lies. It's probably lies.
So let's talk about, she's been written up by a statement was put out by the Correspondents' Dinner people saying that she was not, I can't even remember the words, but she is not in tune with the levity of the event or whatever the hell. She has been put down by damn near every Republican saying that she's making fun of Sarah Huckabee Sanders as her looks or her womanhood or whatever.
She said it was a perfect smoky eye. How can you be shameful of that? I mean, it was built on lies, but whatever.
There were a lot of other things said about her. She was the only person there.
No, Kellyanne was there in the
Was
back.
she
was
really?
not at that, what is it, they all sit at a dais or whatever?
The dais?
Dais. She was there. She was in the back. She was wearing this adorable white dress with a little, flag purse. So she looked super
entertainment
cute.
people.
Right? And they talked to the two of them and they were like feeding off of each other. It was kind of like a pre-interview. Why are they there? And Kellyanne is like, the president actually recommended anyone who wants to go can go. He likes us to go and have fun.
Well, they sure have fun. So, whatever. She even said at the very beginning of her whole thing, I don't think they really know who I am or what my jokes are like, so be prepared or something like that. Like, she warned everybody it was about to get real dirty.
They should have done their research.
Yeah, they
And
should have done their
did.
research.
I just read an interview with her today, post this dinner, where she said, again, they really didn't do their research. They saw she was a woman, and they thought, okay, she'll have zingers, but it won't be that bad.
If you just watched her segments on the half-hour nightly funny-ass Daily Show, they would have known how pointed her jokes are all the time.
Right.
That's where I learned about her, and she's fucking hilarious.
So, you have to read the end.
I'm
because
going
that's
to.
the
That's my
best.
favorite part, too. Fox News is here, so you know what that means, ladies? Cover your drinks. Seriously. People want me to make fun of Sean Hannity tonight, but I can't do that. This dinner's for journalists. Ching. Watching Rachel Maddow is like going to Target. You went in for milk, but left with shampoo, candles, and the entire history of the Byzantine Empire.
Dude, I love Rachel Maddow. Just for that reason, that is 100.
So this is my favorite part that she said, because all of it boils down to this. Everyone, please pay very special close attention to this. Did you used to date him? Because you pretend like you hate him, but I think you love him. I think what no one in this room wants to admit is that Trump has helped all of you. He couldn't sell steaks, or vodka, or water, or college, or ties, or Eric. But he has helped you. He's helped you sell your papers and your books and your TV. You helped create this monster, and now you're profiting off of him. If you're going to profit off of Trump, you should at least give him some money, because he doesn't have any. Trump is so broke, he grabs pussies because he thinks there might be loose change in them. Like an immigrant who was brought here by his parents and didn't do anything wrong, I've got to get the fuck out of here.
And then as she walked off, she turned and said, Flint still doesn't have clean water.
Yes.
She did.
That's right.
That was true. So
I loved that video.
I loved every minute of it.
It's everywhere on the internet right now. You can find it in its entirety. I got the transcript of it from the Washington Post. So you can go there. You should subscribe to the Washington Post, by the way. That's a very good newspaper. Or the New York Times. Online. That way you don't have to have paper.
You need to darken up your 100.
Yeah. I'm done with the 100.
No.
There's no more 100s.
Give it to me.
So here's like a whole kind of discussion regarding it. I mean, it was funny. I absolutely admit it was kind of funny as fuck.
And I can't think of anything that wasn't true, or at least hinted of truth. Right. Like there was one, was it Reince Priebus and being a porn star or something like that?
Right, that's his porn star name.
No, that's her porn star name was
Reince
Reince Priebus. But even he laughed at that. He was laughing at that.
The abortion one, I definitely could have done without. Where she said about abortion, don't knock it until you try it. Well, actually, no, do knock it really hard. Get it out of there.
Well, she was talking about Mike Pence, of course, who doesn't like abortions.
Right, because it all kind of came back to Mike Pence in that part. But so I could have done without that. But for the most part, it was really funny. So what's interesting is all of the hate that's happening afterward. Absolute, but just the absolute, everybody is appalled. So just a few things, just throwing this out there, the dinner is to celebrate journalists and their First Amendment right, which is freedom of speech. And that's basically why they gave her absolute free reign and didn't make her come in and you tell them they didn't know what she was going to say because, again, they're firm believers in that.
Right.
So it was here to celebrate journalists. And these journalists, if you think about it, have been through one hell of a year and a half or what have you, where they have been called fake news. They have been basically told that their profession no longer matters. The fact that, journalism has been just such a founding piece of our country for so long, and now to be completely told, the complete opposite, that they're worthless and all of that. It's been quite an interesting ride for them. Yeah, they're selling papers. They're selling clicks. They're selling papers. They absolutely did help create the media monster piece of our president. So that's without a doubt.
I think that was even addressed in during the campaign, that the newspapers were just giving so much time to Donald Trump, but he took it, and he took advantage of that.
Absolutely,
he knew
ran with it.
That anything that he said or did, especially if it was controversial, was going to be covered by the papers.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Now, some of the things this man has said since being president have been appalling.
Before he became president.
Before he became president, since he became president, it's been appalling. This is, even to go back, this is the president who said, grab him by the pussy, or I just kiss him when I want to kiss him.
No. This is the president who said, I could go out in Times Square and shoot somebody and no one would care.
Yeah.
Right. So the negative things that have come out of everyone's mouth up until now, but then the moment a comedian steps up and knocks a few jokes out, it's, tweet after tweet. Did he ever even tweet about the Waffle House guy that thwarted the shooter and he didn't have a gun? Did he ever tweet about that at all?
Nope.
But he tweeted about this dinner like more than once, how the dinner was so appalling and, you know, this and that, and his love for Kanye. But, you know, when it's stuff that really kind of matters,
Yeah.
silent.
Yeah.
So anyway,
And, you know, I as much as I don't like our current president, whenever something happens, whenever that Waffle House thing happens, whenever some horrible Syria happens, whenever any of that happens, I wait to see what our president is going to say.
right.
And most of the time I am disappointed, but I am waiting. I am waiting. When the school in Florida was shot up, I was waiting.
And a lot of it really has to do with he's established that he is the social media president.
Yeah.
Like, he is the president who tweets. And, you know, a lot of his tweets are very, very mean towards people. A lot of name calling, making up nicknames for people that he doesn't like,
Yep.
really putting people down. And the minute a comedian comes to this event, forget it. Like, all hell is broken loose. Something else to note, the last president who didn't show to the White House Correspondents' Dinner, I believe, was one who he was sick.
Ronald Reagan, and he was in the
He had been
hospital
shot,
after
maybe?
being shot.
That was it. He had been shot.
Right.
So he's the last one, but for 2 years in a row, Trump has made a point of not going.
Is your mic on?
Yes,
Can you say who that was again?
Ronald Reagan, and he was in the hospital because he had been shot.
Yeah, so that's why he couldn't make it. So it's just, it's a lot of our steadfast, like a lot of our tradition, a lot of things that we've continued to take as tradition are just being changed. And I guess that's what people want, but.
This is the second year he has not attended, is that correct?
Right. And instead
He
he
doesn't want to
did,
be roasted to his face.
and instead he did his own pep rally.
Give me a pool. Give me a pool picture.
So he did his own pep rally and even referenced back to the event that he was missing.
Yeah.
So.
I am uniquely satisfied that I'm able to pull this off in a single piece.
There is a Twitter that you can follow called The Satisfying Arts, if you're into art at all. And they take videos or pictures, and especially like if you have, I don't want to say OCD, but OCD tendencies where you like things in a certain way, you know, the one cobblestone out of step bothers you or whatever. But people doing art, people peeling things, people burning things.
There's zip popping videos.
Yes. Anyway, I follow the Satisfying Arts on Instagram, which is very similar to what you just did. That was kind of cool.
I'm supposed to wash my face, so give me a little bit of that water. So I can rinse my face off, I guess.
All right, what else you got on your list? Anyway, let me do one more time. Thanks, Michelle, for keeping it 100. That's it.
Yeah.
Keeping it 100. That's it.
So guys, Uranus smells
My
terrible.
favorite was the Aunt Lydia comment.
Yeah.
Yeah. She called her Aunt Lydia. For those of you who don't watch or have not read the books, A Handmaid's Tale. Oh, I haven't read the book, so I don't know if Aunt Lydia is a character in the book or not. But Aunt Lydia is one of the people that beats and brainwashes women into becoming sex slaves for Republicans. Because let's not beat around the bush. That's who those motherfuckers are. Religious
So,
right.
to go back to mine, Uranus smells terrible. There, we said it. Let's stop pretending, shall we?
Do you have
Because
makeup on?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's taking your makeup off. Why do you guys put makeup on a face mask show?
I usually don't, but I had it on from earlier. I'm sorry, Toxi.
Uranus
So-
smells terrible.
Uranus smells terrible. Uranus is funny. It was funny when you're 12. It's funny now. But the news that, yes, it does smell terrible. It couldn't be Mars. Nope, it couldn't be Venus. It had to be Uranus. And the finding comes courtesy of a study in the Nature Astronomy revealing that the cloud tops of Uranus are made principally of hydrogen sulfide, the gas that is principally responsible for the foul smell of rotten eggs and, yes, human flatulence.
Farts! This just in, Uranus smells like farts.
The internet has done what the internet always does in these situations, which is to resist the obvious jokes and focus soberly on the science. Just kidding. Somebody light a match, wrote the Huffington Post. Uranus stinks, offered the Washington Post. And Twit Merrick's provided perhaps Twitter's best contribution to the discussion with, but while the science behind the discovery might not be as much fun as the laughs, it's definitely more important. The solar system has 4 so-called gas giant planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. But only Jupiter and Saturn have been studied in close detail thanks to the Cassini spacecraft, which orbited Saturn for 30 years, the Galileo spacecraft, which spent 8 years orbiting Jupiter, and the Juno spacecraft, Galileo, and the Juno spacecraft, which is orbiting Jupiter now. Anyway, Uranus and Neptune, by contrast, both got a Voyager 2 flybys, and that's been about it.
So one of my favorite pictures this week was posted by NASA JPL, I think that's the name of it, NASA JPL. And it is a picture of a moon of Jupiter called Io, photographed by the satellite Juno. And half of the planet is red, and the other half of the half of the moon is red, bright red, and the other half of the moon is little dots of red. And they're fucking volcanoes, dude. Volcanoes all over the moon of Io, circling Jupiter. Fucking awesome. I love space.
Space is awesome. Science
Is awesome.
Science, bitches.
You know you
I'm
love
super
that.
sweaty, so it's not drying on me.
Want me to blow on you?
Can you blow on me?
Nah. Yeah.
The other dude that I wanted to talk about is Bill Cosby.
This motherfucker right here.
3 counts of something indecent. Aggravated indecent assault. I guess it was just the verdict was handed down, and I guess sentencing is later this month, I believe. I could not find an article that would tell me.
Yeah, he can serve the 10 years together congruently. Yeah. So he could be out in 10 years, but that fucker will be dead.
He'll be 90.
I
mean,
thought
He'll be dead.
Yeah.
I read
He
something
might-
about 3 years.
I read somewhere else he might not have to go, but nothing concrete. I don't think we'll know for sure. Until, and by the way, all you fuckers, like this week there were a lot of things going around the interwebs regarding Bill Cosby, and how they changed the statute of limitations. He was actually, don't do that!
What did she do?
I touched her with my feel.
That is really gross.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
My face is clean. Look, there isn't even anything on there.
Okay.
Don't barf on my table.
I got her a bowl right here.
He was convicted and charged in Pennsylvania. He was within the event that he was charged with was within the statute of limitations in Pennsylvania.
In fact, they looked at the statute of limitations and brought the case back because it wasn't expired yet.
Right.
So
for all of you people who think we shouldn't be picking on an old man.
Oh, that's the worst. Every single one of them.
Fuck you all. As someone who went through the whole court process for sexual abuse and molestation, I will tell you, it does not matter how old they are or how old they will be when they get the fuck out. They all need to pay their dues.
Because they don't punished. They usually don't stop at just one.
No.
That's
And
the thing.
they usually don't even stop ever. He's probably too old now.
It reminds me of the movie V.
Yes.
With
the TV show V.
Yeah, well, the TV show, the old one.
I'm glad you've actually watched that show. That's
no, it
awesome.
used to. My parents used to watch it, and it used to scare the crap out of me.
Oh.
Like, it would give me nightmares. But every single fucking week they'd put it on. So Anyway.
So we're going to be doing more peel-off masks. 'Cause
Oh,
these are
God.
fun.
These are not fun.
I love peel-off masks.
Me too.
I like any and all masks. I don't like other people doing any and all masks.
I like rice pilaf.
I like rice peel-off.
I like rice peel-off too. So
Anyway, so I'm very, very happy that Bill Cosby is now getting his comeuppance.
And all you fuckers who are like, oh, he's too old, leave him alone, blah, blah, blah. Or how
you
do
are
these
never
women
too
not
old to
know?
be punished for being a sexual predator.
One of the things that is being talked about because of this verdict being handed down is how it was his own words that felled him, that took him down. He actually said, yes, he did procure Quaaludes to give to women in a deposition. And I think it was that private deposition that was released by a judge. And the only reason that judge released that deposition was because Bill Cosby was trying to have the moral high ground and talking about how he was above all others. And that judge says, oh yeah, motherfucker? Look at what you motherfucking said.
I mean, it might not have been those words exactly.
No.
But somewhere along those lines.
They were behind closed doors and in private. You know that judge was like, oh, fuck no, motherfucker. Oh,
In his head.
no.
In his head, I'm sure.
Probably to like his aides and stuff, but never like out in public.
Yeah, no, they can't because who was the one? There was a court case recently and the judge like stood up and really, what's the word, lambasted the person and then got lambast and then got in a lot of trouble for it, for doing so. You know, they were showboating is what it's.
Yeah. There's a lot of, there's a saying, and the saying is, do not throw stones if you live in glass houses, right? Do not talk about how other people are immoral or need to fix themselves or need to pull up their bootstraps when you have dirty laundry, coming out your ass.
Thou shalt not take the moral high ground if you're fucking unconscious women.
Which is not lubricated.
Which is not self-lubricated and needs more than a little...
Anal expression?
How about a...
Yes! Yes! If anything's going in there, it better have some phlegm attached or what have you, like something.
Oh, God, no phlegm.
She won't let me touch her with my dangly skin.
But she's willing to have phlegm up her ass.
Put on your asshole and then put her dick in it.
Put my dick in it?
You know.
Phlegm is solid parts of snot.
I know.
Oh. Boogers.
God.
You like trying to fuck with boba. Boba. It's gross. It's
boba from the Asian drinks.
Those balls
the drinks that I love.
The big black slimy snot
Boba tea and boba coffee.
I like my tea super plain. Like I don't like.
Oh, I forgot to take my picture with my mask off.
I like my tea the exact opposite of my sex.
Which is?
Boring. I just like tea.
I thought you said your TV, and I was gonna be like, yeah, you do kind of watch some boring shows.
I watch science fiction mostly, and it is not boring. It is riveting.
We have 1 minute, and we have not made one cucumber joke.
I did talk about the cum all over my face.
Yes.
I can't believe there's no cucumbers.
I just slapped that cucumber all over my face.
And it really did rejuvenate. No, I got nothing. I'm ridiculously
Thank
perfect.
goodness this did not come from my mom's house.
Yeah.
Oh,
Never eat the cucumber salad
That's
at
true.
her house.
I'm Elexia.
Toxi.
And Sierra.
And we will see you next week.
If you're brave enough.
Later, bitches!